World Mental Health Day is celebrated every year on 10th of October. And this Sunday, as we celebrate this World Mental Health Day, it is important to look at some of the aspects of this World Mental Health Day. Namaste, my name is Aparna, and I like to spread this happiness of the mind and health of this body and mind connection through mindfulness. So my aim is to let people realize the power of now, the power of this moment, which is way more than we can ever understand. So yes, on this World Mental Health Day, people are trying to make a point in a lot of different ways and in a lot of different things. And the theme for this World Mental Health Day 2021 is that keeping mental health in this unequal world, where there are so many people living in poor countries or in lower socioeconomic strata, but they don't have access to the same type of mental health services as others do. But what I want to say here is that mindfulness is something that anybody can use and without spending much money. So if you want to stay in the present moment, you can choose to do that yourself. Mindfulness is a subtle form of awareness, and it involves three core aspects. So it is the intention, and it is attention, and it is attitude. So if we bring these three in our now moment, we are practicing mindfulness. And according to a paper that was published by Shapiro et al. And 𝙒𝙦 and Neff, they highlight the four paradoxes of mindfulness. These four paradoxes of mindfulness, the first one is acceptance versus change. So when there is a change in our lives, in our workplace, in our personal family situation, there are lots of circumstances where there is change happening. And the change might not be what you desired for. It just happened to be. So in that situation, it will be helpful to look at the change that is in your control and the change that is not in your control. So if that change is not in your control, the type of attitude that you bring to this change is acceptance. And you accept that change. Otherwise, you will struggle with that change and you will be wasting a lot of your energy towards something that you have no control over. Then the second paradox of mindfulness is escape versus engagement. So when we don't like something or something that feels scary or fearful, we try and run away. And we put our energy toward this flight mode, as we call it, from our ancient brain or amygdala. So it requires a lot of energy to run away from something. So if we don't escape, what's the other option? The other option is to engage. Actually face the person, the problem. Look into the eye of that person who is creating fear. Or look into the eye of that problem which is creating so much unrest, unhappiness, and so much irritability, restlessness. So if we do that, we engage with that person, we engage with that problem. And in that process of engagement, there might be some solutions that will emerge without even doing much. You're simply just being who you are in that moment, with that person, with that problem, with that situation. So escape versus engagement is the second paradox of mindfulness. The third paradox of mindfulness is effort versus non-striving. We have been taught as we grew up that we must do something in order to gain something. So a lot of efforts. Working, a lot of efforts. Keeping the body healthy, we go running, a lot of efforts. Keeping the mind healthy, we thought if we do lots of things, go away on holidays or engage with our lot of friends and families, spend a lot of time, do a lot of chatter, then we will gain this happiness. But in mindfulness, we learn non-striving. It is also possible to gain happiness, to do something sometime by non-doing. So this bigger act of non-doing and non-striving. When we sit in meditation, we simply close our eyes and we watch the thoughts in the mind. One thought comes, we let go. The next one comes, we let go. And there is a space in between the thoughts. And that's where our power lies. And we're not even doing anything. We are simply sitting. We are non-striving. We say nothing to do, nowhere to go. And that fills you up with that energy to put your effort towards where it is needed, rather than wasting efforts all the time. So sometimes we need to be doing and sometimes we need to be non-doing. Sometimes we need this non-striving attitude. So that's the third paradox of mindfulness, effort versus non-striving. And then the fourth one they mentioned is self-focus versus non-self. So there is this radio me that is on all the time. It's always about me, myself, I. And if you don't believe me, then tune into this radio today for even 5 minutes. And you will soon figure out that every thought is related to I, me, myself. This person did to me. This person said this to me. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm planning to do. This is who I am. So it is that self-obsession. Self-focus. I mean, it's a good thing, but not all the time. Sometimes the mind needs a little break from this self-focus. So what does the mind do then? It practices non-self, means non-identifying with the self, knowing that I'm not just this body, I'm not just this mind, I'm way bigger, something more that I'm yet to discover. And I know now that I'm enough. So practicing this non-self, this non-identification with this body, this mind, and knowing that I am also in the plan of the universe, that tiny little thing which is here to play its own part, to play its own role. And that itself will bring such a peace that it's not that, I don't have to always do something to become something. Sometimes I don't do much and then I become who I can be in my best version of myself. So these 4 paradoxes of mindfulness can give you all the tools that are necessary to live a fulfilling and balanced life on this planet Earth. So practice mindfulness, and I can guarantee that you will experience the best mental health possible, because you will feel more in charge rather than a victim of life or circumstances. So on this World Mental Health Day of 10th October 2021, I invite you to practice mindfulness, to practice meditation, to ask questions to those you think can have the answer, or take a time to ask the question to yourself: what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing? Why am I doing? Am I making progress in my pursuit of happiness? Am I striving too much and not getting that much? Asking question is important. The answer will come at its right time. So be mentally healthy, look after your body, look after your mind, look after your loved ones or family or friends who are struggling with mental health. This is my message. And thank you so much, and we will meet again soon.